Good morning and welcome to the Inner Harbor Cast. My name is Skip Clark. I'm going to be your host again this morning. With us, we have Helping Hounds in the Inner Harbor Media Studios. And Carly, one of the volunteers, you've been there a while, since 2018, you were telling me. But so you know a little bit about Helping Hounds and what they do. And, I got to say, I'm a fan because I have adopted a dog from Helping Hounds. Absolutely beautiful. It's a great thing. It's a great opportunity. I love watching the Facebook lives when the transports arrive from Texas or where they come in from. Is it Alabama? Mississippi. That's it. But yeah, and that's once a month, you said.
Yep. And the next one is November 8th.
Wow, right around the corner.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Carly, can you tell us, for those that might not be familiar, what exactly is Helping Hounds and how did it all get started here in Syracuse?
Yeah, so we are a 501c3 non-for-profit charity.
Mhm.
It started way back in 2008 when a group of like-minded dog lovers tried to save a beagle and her puppies. And then after they successfully did that around Christmas time, everything came to be an organization in January of 2009. They quickly grew into a big space. They started in DeWitt in 2010. Then they moved into their big new building over in North Syracuse in January of 2020, right before COVID.
It's amazing, by the way. That building is amazing.
It's beautiful. The dogs live nicer than some people
like,
here.
I want to move in.
Yes, it's very nice. They're very well loved and taken care of over there.
Cool. How has the organization grown since it first opened? I mean, you said a little bit about the new building and all that, but tell me more.
So I remember at the old building, the crates were like stacked on top of shelves because there were so many dogs, but it's just grown into this big, beautiful building. We place over 1,000 dogs a year into homes. Yep. So it's grown like that. The COVID pandemic played a toll in that, where adoptions were down for sure, but we have since now placed over 1,000 dogs in a year. And it's just grown into more volunteers, more staff, more community events, more all of it. It's just grown.
So what is the mission of Helping Hounds, and how do you bring that to life every day?
So the mission is just to place homeless dogs into loving homes. They come from Texas and Mississippi. And every day, a team of volunteers and staff make sure that these dogs are walked, fed, taken care of. There's the application process. They work with the families to try and find the best dog for them. And they're very thorough, very responsible, very responsive to that situation.
How many dogs do you think you rehome in a year? Now, you just threw a number like 1,000.
It is 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, 1,000 a year. Yeah. And,
is that a scary number, though? When you think it's good that you're rehoming these beautiful dogs.
Yeah.
But is that kind of scary because the dogs are being given up or somebody can't take care of them, whatever the case may be? But 1,000? That's a big number.
Yeah, it is a scary number, but I have never seen community stronger than when Helping Hounds post for, maybe a dog that's been there too long, or a dog that needs a little extra love, or a dog with 3 legs. I have never seen the community so strong than when we call out for loving homes like that. So it's scary, but it's kind of beautiful too that we can do this.
There was a dog that had 3 legs.
We had 2 at the same time last week.
And my heart broke.
One just went home yesterday.
And if I could have taken one of those dogs home at the time, I would have.
I know.
But at that time, we already had 2.
Yeah. So we just had 2 at the same time last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they got adopted?
One went home yesterday. Yes.
Aww.
Yes.
Well, thank you to whoever did that. So that dog needs a loving home, and I'm sure the dog is getting it. Do you have a favorite success story? I mean, that still sticks with you and will forever?
I do. It was a couple years ago. There was a dog. His name was Tex, and he was phenomenal. But people overlooked him every single day. I'd pick him up. I'd take him to work. I'd pick him up and bring him home for a little while. And then one day I happened to drop something off and be there. And there was a woman there with her husband and her son. And she's like, I don't know why, but this longest resident is a dog that I want. So she came in with a hat, and it was black and white, and they wanted to meet him. They've named him Max, and he comes and boards with us, and I just loved him. It was a favorite story for sure.
Wow, it's one of those, it'll stick with you.
Yes,
that's
forever.
Awesome. Why do you think dogs end up being there so long, though? Is it just people are looking for certain conditions, aspects, or the looks of a dog? Or, to me, 4 legs,
Yeah.
cute as heck.
Yeah. With a
They all are.
smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that certain things, if there's a
Mm.
cat in the home or if people have young children,
Yeah, that's
it
true.
could definitely deter them from that. I know that black dogs are the most overlooked dog
Mhm, mhm.
constantly. So I think it just takes the right person to find the right dog.
I love it. I love it. Walk us through the adoption process. What can somebody expect when they come to Helping Hounds to adopt?
Yep. So you need a fully processed and approved application before you can come in and meet any of the dogs. So you'll go to the website, you'll fill out the application, and it will ask you many questions, including who's in the home, any pets in the home, are your pets in the home spayed and neutered, up to date on their vaccines. You have to have a reference call and leave a good reference for you. And then it takes a few days, and then
Mhm.
your application will be approved pending all appropriate
All the
answers.
background.
Yep, all the background. They will check your reference. They'll call your vet to make sure that your current animals in the home are well taken care of. Then once you're approved, you can come in with a specific dog, or you can
Mhm.
come in with an open heart and meet
I love that.
everybody.
Do you, as well, you being a volunteer with Helping Hounds, but Helping Hounds in general, do you help match dogs with certain families and certain lifestyles?
Yes, absolutely, all the time. Many people come in and say, I work from home a lot. Well, maybe a puppy's not the best, or I work in the office a lot. Well, maybe the puppy's not the best fit for you,
Hmm,
or
hmm.
oh, I had a dog that likes cats, or I have cats. And then, so the staff is so familiar with every single dog, likes, dislikes, size, breed, energy
Hmm,
level.
hmm,
So they're
hmm,
very
hmm.
wonderful about matching them.
I love it. Helping Hounds uh, relies heavily on volunteers. You're a volunteer.
Yes.
I love that. You have a small staff, but you also
Yes.
have volunteers. But
Yes.
I can only imagine you do not have enough
No.
volunteers. So how does one, like somebody's watching this or listening to this right now, how does one go, you know what? I want to do that. I want to go, maybe I can walk the dogs. Maybe I can clean up after them. Maybe I can help out in the office where needed. How does one get involved?
Yep. So applications to become a volunteer come up 4 times a year. It's January 1st, March 1st, May 1st, and September 1st. And on those dates, the application becomes available on the website. And then you have to go in for a short interview to meet with the volunteer coordinator or some of the other volunteers and talk about the program and answer some questions.
Mhm.
You have to be 14 years old to do
Okay.
that, but it comes out 4 times a year.
That'd be a great for somebody, even you say 14,
You have to be 14. Yep.
maybe after school, go and walk the
Yes.
dogs,
Yes.
clean up, do
It's
whatever it needs to be done.
it can be fun. Yes.
It
There's
can be
more than
fun,
just that. Yes.
but there's also you may get attached as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're talking about walking the dogs and different things around the office. Maybe what are some of those jobs that the volunteers do besides walking dogs?
Yep. So other than that, there's cleaning up, there's laundry, there's putting
Mm,
donations away, there's ensuring that dogs get to and from their medical appointments. There's some dogs that just need some one-on-one time. You can, after you have a certain amount of hours, you can take a dog on a crate escape. So a lot
oh,
of volunteers take the dog to Onondaga Lake Parkway and get them out and about, and they wear
nice.
little adopt me bandanas and leashes. And so there's a lot of responsibilities.
Mhm, mhm. If somebody is interested, they can come and they can look at a dog.
Mhm.
They can walk the dog.
Mhm.
Can they take the dog home for a night and see how it works out?
Yeah, so there's trials. You can,
Okay.
if you have a cat at the house and we don't really know how the dog
Ah,
is with a cat, you can take the dog home for a trial. Yeah, absolutely, with an approved
that's probably one
application.
of the best
Yeah.
things you could do
Yeah.
because you don't. I mean, that the Helping Hounds, that's one environment,
Yes. Yeah.
but when you get them into your own home,
Yes.
that's a completely different
Yes.
environment.
If there's children and it's louder
Yeah.
than they expected,
Mm,
or you learn that they like toys too much, or yeah, so you can do a trial. Yep.
yeah. We're talking with Carly, who's a volunteer with Helping Hounds, and of course, she's been doing this for a little bit, so
Mhm.
she knows the organization really in depth. Um, how has the community helped you out, Syracuse community? How have they supported Helping Hounds over the years?
Yeah, the community has been amazing, from donating to fundraisers, raffle baskets from pumpkins and pooches, promoting the event, the crunch team, showing
Hmm.
up there. People have donated when we call out for paper towels. And then the next day, Amazon shows up with
And a
700
truckload
rolls of
of
paper towels. Yeah. So we call out and
that's a good
people
problem.
respond. Hand soap, dog beds, blankets, money, if we're in,
Mhm.
certain situations that come up and a specific dog needs something
Yeah.
very specific.
I would assume that money is a much needed
Yes.
over everything else
Yes.
because it goes into a certain fund, and if you need something, you can go get it.
Yes.
because you never know what you're going to get in the way
Right.
of donations.
Right.
But a financial donation, a monetary donation, and you helping Hounds being a 501c3 organization, all that is tax deductible.
Yes.
So if you're watching this, absolutely. Wow. So on that subject, how is Helping Hounds funded?
We are very lucky. There are very generous, fundraisers and donations, and all of the money from the adoption fee goes to certain aspects
Mhm.
of, some money goes back to the Underdog Express where we get our dogs from. Money goes back there.
Okay.
So all of that, the adoption fee is split to where it needs to go. But, people come in after they lose their pet and they want to give a donation or they want to give.
Mm.
So people
Mhm,
show up
mhm.
in those miracle ways. For
What
sure.
about when somebody goes to adopt a dog? Are they neutered, spayed? Um, is there veterinary fees, anything, or does that come out of what you
Yep.
provide?
So all of the dogs that are adopted out are spayed or neutered prior to adoption.
Okay.
Rabies, distemper,
Mhm.
parvo, they get all of those shots. Their heartworm test when they're age appropriate. And if they do have heartworm, we provide the treatment. We give them their monthly heartworm, flea and tick medication. So, and then we
Oh,
send
okay.
you with that if they're due for that. Internal parasites, they all come
Mhm, mhm,
microchipped,
mhm. I
which is
like
pretty
that.
good. I was one of the people that needed to use a microchip after we adopted our first dog, and it
And it
saved our life,
works.
and it works,
Yeah,
and community shows up in that way as well if you
that's
need
excellent.
help or things like that. So yeah, they come all ready to go.
I love that. So
Yeah.
you must work hand in hand with some of the vets that are around.
Yes, and the volunteers are very great.
Do they volunteer their time?
No, the
No. Okay.
volunteers
So
will
here
get a
again,
dog to
yes.
the vet. The staff will say, "Oh, I have a dog that needs to go for a heartworm test at 10 a.m." And people will line up. I got it. No problem. I can take
I
the
love that.
dog. So yeah, people help
Love that.
even with
See,
their
that's
vet
that's where I
appointments.
was going with this because if they do charge, then that's another charge
Yes.
that has to be taken care of,
Yes,
which is all the
absolutely.
more reason that you should make a
Yes.
donation to help cover this.
Yes. And I'm sure there are vets that have generously
I'm
given their
I'm
time
sure
and their,
too.
but
Yeah.
they still have to make a living and
Oh,
yeah.
100%. 100%. Um, so you rely mostly on donations, but what
Yes.
about community events? Are you out in the community? I know I've seen Helping Hounds, different events. We talked about a story about one of the dogs we had, Nike.
Mm.
Nike was found, I shouldn't say found, but my wife noticed Nike at Destiny.
Yeah.
And it was a few years ago now, but it's like she went over and started petting the dog. Then she walked away, and he kind of like wanted to follow
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And from that moment on,
That's the end of it.
that was the end of it. I get the text, I'm bringing a dog home.
Yes.
So
I have also been that wife that's
yeah.
I'm bringing the dog home. Yes, we're very heavily in the community and the volunteers take dogs to so many wonderful events too,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
the nursing homes and schools
I love
and
that.
things like that.
Yeah.
And so there are adoption events, like there was pumpkins and pooches for Halloween. So yeah, they're
What
very
would
in the
be your
public.
biggest fundraising event?
I would say it's pumpkins and pooches
Yeah.
every fall. They do a costume contest. They have vendors.
Mhm, mhm.
Some dogs go home on those days, which is also wonderful to see because the
Now,
dogs are
has
out
that
there.
happened already? Or I know we're
Yes,
close. Okay, so that
yes. So
happened. What
pumpkins
would
and
be
pooches
o
already
okay,
happened.
so what would be your next big fundraiser?
So there are pictures with Santa coming up in December. So
Oh,
keep an eye out for that date and time. And
absolutely.
Cindy Lou and Santa and Mrs. Claus will be there, and the
Really?
Grinch. Yep,
Love
yep.
it.
Volunteers help with that as well.
What are some of the Carly, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face with helping hounds?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I mean, there's certain things I would imagine along the way that, it's a challenge, but you get it done.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'd say they recently hired a training specialist at
Mhm,
Helping
mhm.
Hounds, and she has been phenomenal. So she works with in-house dogs and dogs from outside in the community. So I just say like behaviors,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
they deal with certain dogs in
Sure,
there.
sure. I'm trying to think. I was at, I think it might have been Pumpkins and Pooches a year or maybe 2 years ago,
Yep,
and there was a trainer there,
yep.
and she had her dog, which was quite the large dog, I
Yes.
might add, if we're thinking
Yes.
about the same
Yes.
person
I think
here.
it's Bellic, and
It
Siobhan is
is.
the trainer. Yes.
Yes.
And he's not on a leash. He's a very well trained dog, so he just follows her
Oh yeah,
where
she
she
just
goes.
put him up on a
Yes.
like a little
Like a raised
platform.
bed.
Yes, it
Yes.
was a raised bed,
Yeah.
and the dog just so well behaved. And I'm
Yes.
thinking, all right,
Yeah.
I cannot get my
Yeah.
dog to
Right.
do that. So, but it takes a lot of training,
It does.
and that is offered through Helping Hounds
Yep.
as well.
We offer training
I love
services.
that.
They have classes that you can bring your dog to certain nights of the week, and those are
Mhm.
posted on their Facebook that
I
you
love it.
can sign up and do.
What's your advice for somebody considering adoption for the very first time?
Do it. No, I think
Yeah.
being honest, like putting in your application and then being honest, like this is my first time. I'm looking for X, Y, and Z.
Mhm, mhm,
Tell the staff what you're looking for.
mhm.
But I don't think there's ever anything wrong with coming home to a dog that loves you more than anything, no matter what kind of day that you had, whether it was rainy, sad, you're
Yeah,
tired. There is just always 3 or 4 little-legged thing. Happy
yeah,
to see you.
yeah.
So I
Oh,
would
there's
say
no
do
doubt.
it.
It's in the window when I pull
Yes,
in the
yes.
driveway.
Your
So
favorite part of the day.
it is
Yes,
absolutely. And if you've never experienced something like that by having a pet, for example, a
yes,
dog or maybe even a cat, but here we're talking about dogs,
yes,
that just to have that greeting when you walk through the
yeah.
door, it's
It's always there, no matter what. Yeah.
always there and brings a toy and wants you to play.
Yes.
Sometimes it's not a toy, sometimes
Yes.
it's a sock, sometimes it's a sweatshirt,
Yes.
sometimes it's one of my shoes.
Yes.
But
But they
it's
also,
all good.
and some of these dogs, that's the only thing that they know how to do. They
Mhm.
may have lived outside in Texas and they don't know that you're not supposed to eat shoes. And, it's our job to teach them and raise them and love them and give them a better life than they had.
What are some of the small things dog owners can do every day to make a difference for animals in need?
That's great. I'd say definitely donations, whether you have an extra case of laundry detergent that you're willing to donate, or word of mouth sharing. Oh, I saw this dog posted on social media and I was thinking of you. Just paying close attention. Or if there's a jar at a restaurant that says donations go to X, Y, and Z,
Think,
just
yeah,
$1. It all
put
adds
your
up.
change in there.
Yes, put your
Yeah.
change in there. Yep.
Or if you got a little change in your pocket, just
Yeah.
yeah, I like that. I like that. Do you personally have rescue dogs at home?
I do. I have 2 dogs. One is a rescue, and then we just completed our second foster.
Ah,
So
I
yes.
know you and I had touched on that a little bit, but I would become attached
I know.
and find it very hard to say, my time is up with you. You need to go to a home that loves you. Not that we
Yes.
don't, we do,
Yes.
but there's always that home out there.
Yeah, and I've
Yeah.
always said I love them, but somebody out there loves them more, and it's my job just to teach them certain things and share love with them until they can find it more somewhere else.
Is there any one dog that has changed your life?
My dog that I got from Helping Hounds, definitely. She was back in 2022. She came up with her puppies, and her puppies were
Mm.
adopted that same day, and then she was just kind of left there sad. And I was a new mom, and I'm like, "You're a new mom. Let's go
Let's
home
go.
together." And it's
I love
been
it.
life changing. So she changed my life
Yeah.
and just taught me a lot, just like kids, patience and
Mhm.
gratitude and love.
If every dog that you have helped, Carly, if every
Oh my
dog, and
gosh.
I know there's quite a few, if they could talk, what would they say? What would they say to you? I think I know.
I think they'd say thank you. Like
Exactly.
they
That's
don't
exactly what I was going to say.
know any different. And someone recently said to me, which really changed my perspective. I said, I feel bad. I, leave my dog for 5 hours or
Mhm,
whatever.
mhm.
And she looked at me and she's like, dogs live day to day. Like they are grateful every single day. They don't remember that last week came home and they had
Yeah.
to go potty really bad, but
Yeah.
they are grateful for every single day and every toy that you hand them, every walk that you
Oh, yeah.
give them, every time you play with them in the pool, everything that you give them is something they never had.
Mhm.
So
Do you have a favorite
thank
breed?
you. I do. I am a Labrador Retriever girl through and through. We have 2
Yeah.
labs.
Yeah.
Purebred is not rare or not very common, but we definitely do get
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
mutts.
Now, they call them mutts. I don't like
Yeah.
that name, but they
Yeah.
call them mutts.
Yeah.
And when you get the mixed breeds, but
Yeah.
you get the transports that come in every month.
Yes.
Do they rotate? Like you get it from, you said Mississippi
Yep. In
and
Texas.
Texas. Do they rotate
Nope.
or
It comes once a month all together.
all together?
Yep. They
So
all
the
come
truck
together
picks them
once a
up on the
month.
way and
Yes.
continues.
Yep. And they usually have fosters over there in Texas and Mississippi, and the fosters take care of them until they're
Mhm,
ready to
mhm.
come on transport over here. So
But there's a lot of time where they don't tell you who the foster was.
correct.
Because it's
Correct.
like that. What I guess in the medical world would be
Yeah.
like HEPA, but
Yeah.
you know, like when we got Nike, we had no idea,
Yeah.
but we did when we started posting on Facebook when we got Nike and mentioned his name was Nike. That's the foster, whoever fostered him
Yeah.
gave him that name, and we mentioned Helping Hounds here in Central New York. Somebody reached out to us
Yeah.
and said,
I
"Oh my
love
God,
that.
you got Nike."
Yes.
Nike was, and they went on to. So, I mean, there was no issue there, but I think, you know, other
Yeah.
people may not want to give out their info.
Right.
So,
And you also don't know. Sometimes they don't have a foster. Sometimes, or sometimes they're local dogs that we get from the B&R bunkhouse, and you don't always know those stories. But being a foster has also
so
been phenomenal.
being a volunteer and being there every day, what's more work, puppies or senior dogs?
Ooh. In all honesty, I'm going to say senior dogs because puppies are content with what you give them. Like they play, they go potty.
That's a good point.
You give them a toy and they sleep. But those senior dogs are like, I know that you can sit here for an hour and give me love. There is something so special about a senior dog. They have a lot of life experience to share.
And if I were to ask you to finish this sentence, every dog deserves
A loving home.
Bam.
Yeah.
It's
And
beautiful.
some peanut butter.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to add when it comes to Helping Hounds? Tell everybody, first of all, the website.
Yep. Helping Hounds Dog Rescue. Yep.
Okay.
Everything should be on there.
Is it .com, .net, .org?
I think it's .com.
So, but if they
Helping Hounds Dog
Google
Rescue.
Helping
Yep, it will
Hounds
pop right
Central
up.
New
Yep,
York, it
it's a
comes up.
phenomenal website. The link for the application, the link to become a volunteer, the link to become a foster. Fostering, again, is very highly needed and incredible. And we get the dogs from the B&R bunkhouse. It's a 3-week program. So you get a good match and then keep
And
them
the
for 3
location
weeks.
is on there. Where about you? Tell everybody, where are you located?
Yep. So it's out in North Syracuse, and the specific address is 7260.
I see it from 81.
Caswell Street. Yep.
Yes,
North
Caswell.
Syracuse, New
There
York.
you go.
13212.
Now, do you? I know it's getting warm in the studio here, but I know it is, and you know, and, this young lady, by the way, is 9 months pregnant. So I'm just saying. But
I love these dogs.
Yeah,
So
but look at
it's
you
all
smiling.
worth it.
I know. Can let's say I wanted to go out and see the facility.
Yeah.
Just call and say I'd like to come out and see it, or can we just show up? Are there hours 9 to 5?
Yep.
How does all that work?
There are hours. In order to see a dog, you do need a process application. On Mondays, they're closed. Tuesday through Friday, it's noon to 6. Saturdays is 12 to 5, and Sundays is 12 to 3.
Nice.
But you may show up and see the facility, make donations.
Do you have a
help with the
newsletter?
Staff.
Is
No,
there
but there's
some
a Facebook page?
Okay,
very
that
popular.
takes care of that.
Yes,
Yeah,
Facebook
there you go.
page. We'll post like the longest resident usually gets like a shout out on the page,
Love it.
which the longest resident did go home yesterday. So there will be a new longest
So,
resident.
do you know
posted.
what that longest resident is as
I
of this
don't know
moment?
as of right now.
Okay,
I
but
know.
I'm sure when you get into the
Yes,
office,
I
you'll
can
know.
think of my favorites
Yeah.
for shout out, but I don't know the specific right
There
now.
you go. Carly, I want to say thanks for coming in
Thank
this
you for
morning.
having
Thanks
me.
for hanging out, Helping Hounds. Just a great organization. We're very fortunate. I know there's other organizations as well, and they're all superb. It's whoever you choose to go with. I've gone through Helping Hounds, very happy. You can see Carly's got a smile on her face. She loves what she does. Check them out online, Facebook, do all that. And thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And this has been the Inner Harbor Cast. Again, my name is Skip Clark, and we have Carly. What's your last name? Sniffin. Okay. And she's a volunteer with Helping Hounds. So if you go to Helping Hounds, I'd see this beautiful young lady right here. And she might have 2 kids by that time. So.
I know. Maybe more dogs. Who knows?
They all get together. The family is growing in more ways than one.
Yes.
Carly, again, thank you for being here this morning.
Yay! Skip Clark, how do you do it? It's like 100 degrees in here.